Clickheads, the game show about Wikipedia that we promise isn't boring. Please welcome your hosts, Archie and Bretz.
Buongiorno.
Wow.
And a Guten Tag.
And a Knitch, you are to you.
And now that we've covered all three dialects of the world, welcome to Clickheads,
Done them all.
the Wikipedia game show we promise isn't boring. My name's Archie. Hello, Bretz.
Hello, Archie. How are you? It's good to see you have donned the colours today. You're in a Socceroos jersey.
I'm feeling it.
Do you like the Socceroos as a name? I know you're a football fan. How do you like the name Socceroos?
I'm not a massive fan of the name. I know that's controversial. It just...
Because what have we got? We've got the Socceroos.
We've got a lot.
The Hockey Roos.
Yep, the Kookaburras. Oh, you're just doing roos?
I'm doing solely roos.
Oh.
The Gillaroos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm certain we'd have like the badminton roos or something, the batteroos or whatnot.
Mate, you've genuinely stumped me straight out of the gate.
Well, that's all right. I didn't mean. I think. Well, at least there's three.
Yeah, look, I love the Socceroos. They're our team for the World Cup, and we're going to get around the boys. Yes, I'm wearing a Socceroos jersey for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. I know we did an episode that covered a lot of FIFA last week, but I'm in the mood, mate.
Has there been more or less build-up than usual for this World Cup?
I don't know. I mean, my algorithm at the moment is exclusively football-related content.
Before we get into the game, can I just say that, like, I think every year, less so with the World Cup, because obviously that's not annual, but with Origin, every year some great of the game will be like, there's no build-up this year. It's flat.
Yeah.
Why is it so flat? The moment it starts, everyone gets into it. I just genuinely think they're comparing it to like the 80s when there was literally nothing else going on. It's like Channel 9 had a movie. There was Hey Hey It's Saturday, and then you just had 8 months to talk about the Origin coming. Now it's like, yeah, I'm going to watch season 3 of Euphoria all the way up to when the moment begins, and then I'll switch over to Origin.
No, I hear your point. I think once the tournament starts, you get involved, and the times for this World Cup is going to be amazing for us. We're going to watch Australia plays at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. I've booked a table for 14 at the Dewport Tavern. If you listen in the Sunshine Coast, everyone come.
Am I part of that 14?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I just haven't told you about the arrangement.
I'm genuinely learning about this plan for the first time.
Yeah.
I am free and I will be there.
Cool. Paige, our podcast producer, you coming Sunday? She's there. There we go. We've got a crowd. We got a party.
Okay, it would genuinely, I don't think it's going to happen, but anyone listening to Clickheads Pod, if you turn up, we'll buy you a beer?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
Come
All
on down.
It's our first ever listener party.
Yeah.
This is our first ever Clickheads Pod listener party. What is it? 2 p.m. the Dewport Tavern.
Yeah. Got the booking from 1, though.
I was going to say it's a listener party, but only 12 other people can come. I reckon with our downloads, that'll be fine.
Yeah, I think we're going to be totally okay with those numbers. Hey, just before we get into the game, as you would have heard, we're doing quite an insanely exciting route today. Thank you to Clickhead Jack from Vancouver. We're going to be trying to get from the RMS Titanic to Bonza, the now defunct, very shortly lived Australian budget airline.
Liquidated.
We will get into the rules of the game shortly too, but can I just ask, you had a bit of housekeeping last week. Now, did you email One Nation to see if they would be willing to sponsor our podcast?
Haven't done it.
Okay, cool. We can move on. So this is the Wikipedia...
I'll do it next time.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I was in Perth. I had a busy weekend.
We've all got busy lives, mate. It's fine. So here's how the game works if you're new to it. We've got 30 minutes on the clock. We are trying to get from one Wikipedia page to another in 5 clicks or less.
We have 30 minutes on the clock to do so.
Yep.
We cannot click on countries. We cannot use Control F. We have to scroll through ourselves using the little beads in our head. And we also cannot see the name Rowan Atkinson.
Nope.
If we read that, the game is over. You lose. Good night.
Frustratingly, our clickheads from last week, Tasha and Phil, after the episode, they were furious. Mainly with you, actually.
Why?
Well, they said that they felt like you didn't bring your best game to the podcast last week. Something affecting your delivery of it.
They didn't say that.
I've got the receipts.
What?
No.
So these random clickheads are being like, Bretz is shit.
No. I believe the phrase was,
Here's one.
Archie,
Fuck you
carried that episode.
Here's one for you, Phil and Tasha. Fuck you.
No, they frustratingly, they sent me.
I'm kidding. I love you guys.
They sent me the journey, the successful journey to get to Drop Bears. Would you believe that?
How did they do it?
So
in 5 clicks.
I'll quickly. So they went
Bullshit.
from what was the start again? Welsh
Welsh
Dragon,
Dragon, yeah.
to Queen Victoria II, to Tours of Australia, to she did a tour of it was like Taronga Zoo. Sorry, I've got this wrong. Basically, then it goes to Taronga Zoo, Koala Bear, Drop Bear.
They're saying Koala Bear was on the Drop Bear side.
I actually not that I didn't believe him, but I did actually go back to check it. On the koala Wikipedia page, there is a section right at the bottom, and it has dropped there, the link. Can you believe that?
So they circumnavigated Bundaberg Rum completely.
Yeah, there was no, well, as we dissected on the podcast last week, it wasn't on the Bundy Rum page, but it is on the koala page. And also, I've got to say, Queen Elizabeth II, if we ever get the opportunity, which I dare say we definitely will with this one today, that unlocks the world. Really good route to take.
That is a very tricky way around getting around countries.
Yeah.
Because tour of Australia is microdosing countries, but it's not. Oh, okay.
I just want to get
well
this
done,
right.
Phil and Tasha. I have to admit.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed.
So they went, the first click was Elizabeth II, then Royal Tours of Australia, Taronga Zoo, Koala, Drop Bear. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth click, Drop Bear. Very well done.
Do you reckon they've had a couple of goes, though?
Oh, yeah. And also, as a lot of people get in touch, they go, it's not that hard. It goes, well, there's a time limit, and we have to keep talking while we're looking.
Yeah, we're also aware of the fact that we can't silently sit and scroll for that long.
That'd be like the world's worst podcast.
Not the world's worst.
What do you reckon it is?
What's the world's worst podcast?
Mm-hmm. Find out at the end of this episode. There's a hook.
Oh, there you go.
Should we play? So
Let's do it.
I'm looking forward to this because we've got connections, not mainly to the Titanic, but certainly to Bonza.
Yeah. Well, or Titanic. We don't know. Let's get into it.
30 minutes remaining.
And
5 clicks remaining.
Just so you know, Archie's changed all the buttons around. It's really fucking with me. And now Phil and Tasha are probably going to be like, not only is Brett's no help and terrible and doesn't bring his A game, he can't push the right buttons. I'm getting hate from Wales.
yeah, well, we're still trying to plan the live show there, so please don't insult the Welsh people too much on this episode.
I love the Welsh people. Their criticism. And it's not the Welsh people. It's just Phil and Tasha, who you told me said that they said Brett's was bad and didn't bring his A game.
I'm going to read it out word for word, just so that I don't get this wrong. They said, by the way, Tash is fuming with Brett's. You carried that episode. Must be difficult working, and you're like this, with a drunk, viral sensation, which means they're very tapped into your recent virality success of your impersonations of Carl and how you're growing your following. So take that as you will.
It's pretty hard to take the compliment out of that, seeing it came after a fairly pointed critique. Who are these people?
They're clickheads.
What's going on?
They're planning our live show at Millennium Falcon.
All right, I do want to go to Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tash. Thank you, Phil. Thank you for all your planning.
Also, they sent me
I'll try to be better on this podcast, I suppose.
They also sent me a photo of their baby. There we go.
Ugly.
You could be the judge on the...
No, it's a beautiful baby.
It's beautiful,
It's
yeah.
genuinely... Oh, it's so cute.
Look, you have a look. You get clucky. I know you are.
Oh, it's got a little tougher hair, like a little mohawk.
All right, dude, let's get down to business.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we got to get from one of the famous boats of our time to a very briefly lived budget Australian airline called Bonza. Now, Bonza is, what's the vernacular of the word Bonza? I mean, how deep into Australian culture is that word for you?
Is it a nickname like Bazza, or I can't say I'd heard the word Bonza until the airline came along. If anyone doesn't know, this was the purple airline. They said they were going to...
The purple one.
It was the purple one.
So Jetstar's the orange one?
They're the orange one.
Virgin's the red one.
Well, or is Qantas the red one?
Oh, true.
Pretty hectic that we have two of our major airlines in what is essentially a duopoly are both red and white. That is bizarre.
But then all of Virgin, like the app's all purple.
It's not the same app that I used to find virgins.
What did you use? Tell us.
Sky Scanner.
You know how much when you're quiet for too long, it makes me so nervous.
About the things I'm deciding not to say. Well,
That's exactly right.
What you just heard was me restraining myself. I didn't want anyone in Wales to get angry about what I said next. So
we're going to definitely make the clip of you calling their baby ugly.
Go for it.
That was a quick reaction. That was a very fast one.
And my dad's an obstetrician, so I have an expert's opinion in my blood. No, the baby's beautiful. I was just being an arsehole. All babies are beautiful. Though not all of them, to be honest. Some of them. And can I say this? And I'm not talking about Phil and Tasha. I'm thinking of people in my head. There are people who I know who are like some of the most good-looking people I've ever met, and then they just pop out an absolute ug rat as a child.
And say that to them, or where are you having those kind of conversations?
I don't say it to them, but I think about it and then share it on a podcast later. But not people I know very well, but I'm thinking of a few people in my head right now who I'm like, just absolute stunners. You would expect the cutest baby in the world, and not always.
How about we speak to our mums, right? Let's get a photo of both of us when we were babies, right?
And everyone has to vote on the cuter baby.
Well, yeah, who's the uglier one, actually?
That's better.
Yeah. Well, weirdly, I kind of look like when I was born.
You're not that far off.
I don't even know if I had hair when I was born. I can't even think I've seen a photo of that.
But you had a lot of hair at a time, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
But it went quick.
Oh, I went fast. 23, gone. All my hair in my head.
Across 1 year?
Well, no, I just didn't want to hang on.
Yeah.
Someone took a video from like on top of my head, and when I saw what was going on up there, I went, Jesus, it's time to go.
You're
hair.
admirable in how much you've owned baldness. It's really good.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That's all right.
Thanks. I'm just trying to get a endorsement deal from some kind of. Well, actually, I didn't want to talk about this too much.
From Brazzers.
On the pot, I had a nightmare, mate. Can you see? I got a band-aid.
Oh yeah, shit.
I sliced off half of my brain yesterday.
What do you mean?
Well, I got a new razor.
There was only half there.
No, I got a new razor, and I just got a bit careless because I was using a blunt one for so long.
Were you watching TV while shaving?
No, I was looking in the mirror. I was distracted by my beauty.
And you cut yourself?
Yeah, sliced off. It's serious, the biggest chunk ever. I looked at my pillow this morning. Sorry for the overshare. It genuinely looked like someone had been murdered on my pillow.
Oh, my God.
There was blood everywhere. You better believe I've got the nappy sand down. I've like run there. I don't know why I'm like embarrassed for that to happen in front of Lucy, my wife, but I was. And I like ran down and I put the nappy sand and I'm spraying it. Did a wash this morning. Blood doesn't come out. Now I have to get new pillowcases.
Oh.
One of the perils of being bald and cutting your head.
What a crazy day for you.
Oh, mate.
Can't believe you're telling me this story the same day that, tomorrow when we record it, I'm getting my face cut open.
It's crazy.
So we're both having like, how many other podcasts are just going around getting cut this much? I have cancer.
Do you know
I'm getting
what?
cancer cut out tomorrow. I'm actually not kidding. I actually genuinely am getting my cancer cut out of my face tomorrow. So this will be the last podcast if you're watching on YouTube where my face looks like this.
Do you know what? Now that I think about it, I think subconsciously when I was shaving my head yesterday, I was thinking about you, thinking about my podcasting brother.
Thanks,
and
bro.
I thought, if you're going to have a blemish, I'm going to have a blemish.
That's really sweet of you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you cutting yourself out of solidarity.
And if you wouldn't mind dressing it,
that is
maybe later would be cool.
That is what the Joker says he does in his, I believe it's the second version of the story he gives in The Dark Knight about his scars. We should probably do the game.
Yeah. All right, let's play the game. So we're trying to get from the Titanic all the way to a budget airline in Australia. Is there any type of... Now, here's a quick one. What date I know you're looking at it, but what date did the Titanic sink?
I know the year was 1912, and I hadn't looked at it already. I do know that just off the top of my head. The date, would have been early, like February something?
15th of April.
Okay, damn.
Now, it was obviously a giant ship. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie yet, but this giant boat hits an iceberg on the maiden voyage, the first trip from Southampton. It was making its way from England all the way to New York City, and it's just incredible. 2,208 passengers were on board, and 1,500 also died, which is tragic.
Not good.
No. Made for a fantastic movie, though.
One of the great films. I love Titanic so much. It's like, I honestly believe the best way to enjoy Titanic is you've got to watch it as kind of a comedy.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell a story while I'll do a bit of research. Can you please tell the Titanic story from your farewell comedy show in Townsville, where we had a very impromptu Titanic trivia moment with a mutual friend of ours?
Yeah.
One of the more obscure moments in a comedy show. You tell the story.
A guy named Pistol Pete, who... I don't know. He's one of those mates where I don't really know how we met him, but he entered our lives. And
I think it was indoor cricket.
I think it was indoor cricket. And then I went on his podcast once, as you did, which was all about the Cowboys, the NRL team. Great podcast, On the Ranch, if you want to check it out. And Pete was like, just like in the intro, him and I started riffing about Titanic. And then he was like, oh, I watch it like most weeks. And I kind of laughed. And his mates were like, nah, dude. Pete watches Titanic. Like if he's had 3 beers, he's putting on Titanic. I'd put him up against anyone in the world. I'd put him up against Leo. I'd put him up against Kate. I'd put him up against Jim Cameron. He knew so much about this film, line for line. And then, I was hosting a comedy night, and he was there, and I was like, Pete, get up. And we did impromptu Titanic trivia with the audience. And he had a line. He was like, every single time, he'd be like, in the 11-time Oscar-winning, and he would do a longer and longer intro to the film. I want to say it took him about 6 minutes to tell a question before getting an answer. So there you go. If you're ever in Townsville and you want to do Titanic trivia, please do get our friend Pete involved.
Well, my favourite thing was he told this long-winded explanation of one of the scenes in Titanic and really took us on a journey. And then right at the end, the question was, but, ladies and gentlemen, what time was showing on the clock inside Rose's room when he painted her naked? It was the most obscure question. Incredibly, not a setup. He picks out a lady from the audience. She comes up and she nails it.
She gets it.
It was insane.
It was what time was it on the clocks
Yeah.
in the room when he was painting her like one of his French girls? And let me tell you, I wasn't looking at the clocks in that scene.
No. Tells you a lot about Pete, though.
Tells you a lot about Pete. Yeah.
We'll get him on the show one time.
Maybe one day.
Mate, I'd love to say during that really nice, beautiful story,
leads?
No leads on the Titanic Wikipedia page. I was trying to find, because it's a boat, maybe we get to planes
That's what I was thinking.
and then automobiles. I don't know.
Because I was going to say, disasters, but Bonza never had a crash. They weren't long and
No, they just
around
had a
long enough to
corporate one.
crash. Yeah,
Just a
exactly.
big corporate crash.
The only thing that crashed was their stocks. So that was a problem for them.
It was just crazy. Oh,
20 minutes remaining.
well, we've used the first 10 very effectively.
We've honestly been like a well-oiled machine today, not unlike the Titanic.
It's incredible the demise of Bonza, the airline. You know, I can't believe that more people didn't want to fly to Rockhampton twice a week from
I know.
Townsville. It's crazy that business model failed.
What was it? It was Sunshine Coast to Toowoomba. It was the sunny coast.
A lot of regional,
It was
smaller cities.
It was trying to be regional. I think they unfortunately were sort of market corrected by Rex at the same time. But I think Rex are in trouble as well.
They're all in trouble. I mean, I got to benefit off Bonza because they were flying to Rockhampton where I actually had to buy a car. So I did get to use, it was like a $45 flight, flew down to Rocky from Townsville one day, picked up the car, drove it back that night.
So you had that deranged decision to buy a car from Rockhampton while living in Townsville and drive it back.
But it's because I needed a car that I could afford, and they didn't have any in Townsville, so I had to go down there. And I remember getting told off by our sales rep from the radio station we were working at the time because we were talking about it so much on the show, and then he goes, yeah, probably a lot of car yards sponsor the radio station, and you're saying you couldn't find one in Townsville, so you had to fly 2 hours away and then drive 9 hours back from Rockhampton. Doesn't really make the local reps look that good.
It's like, well, yeah, it was the truth.
It was the truth.
They should have cars. Oh man, I don't know where to go with this. Should we go to? Yeah, I'm like, are we? Bonza definitely has a Wikipedia page.
Didn't check. Got to be
No,
honest.
me neither.
I mean, surely it does. It's got to.
You'd think so.
If Drop Bears have got one,
That is true.
I'm not sure if that theory lines up too well.
There's no shortage of Wikipedia pages, I will say. So, going through legacy. Oh, look at this. The Iceberg has its own page. That's nice.
Oh, that's good.
The Iceberg gets its own little Wikipedia page. No one talks enough. Cultural legacy. Okay. So maybe we get from here. Like, I'm thinking if we can get to Qantas, and then we can get to like Australian Airlines or something. So either
Okay. Can we use some prior experience on this podcast? I've found a hyperlink. Thanks to Tasha and Phil, there is a link here
No,
for Queen Elizabeth II.
I'm not giving them that win.
Well, actually, it's not the right Queen Elizabeth II. That's actually a retired British ocean liner, not actually Queen Elizabeth II. Damn, that would have been a massive. That would have been like standard definition TV all over again.
It would have been an absolute disaster.
Okay, ignore me.
I'm
Briefly.
just trying to think how we could get to Qantas from here without going through a country.
It's a bit of a tricky one because it's just got so much information about building and preparing the ship. All the construction was done in the UK.
There's a lot of stuff about like the classes. I mean, everything to say about Titanic's already been said, hasn't it? But what other major disasters do you think could make a film a romantic movie? Because it was incredible that that he built a love story on this thing. Like, is there going to be a beautiful love story that captures the hearts of the world in a few years, like called 9/11? Because that's like another big disaster. Is it going to be like they're in separate towers and they're like trying to reach out and then bang, like that kind of thing? Like, could there be a movie about? I'm not saying I think this would be a good movie, but is there other I could see.
What about MH317?
Well, you've blended two
Plane things.
there. MH17 or MH370? I think
Sorry, the one that we're missing.
370.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. MH17 was the one that got shot down by the Russians.
Yes.
Tough year. Now, I know we're talking about Bonza having a tough year and that they were around for 18 months and then went away. Malaysia Airlines, that was a rough year for them. 2014 was tough for Malaysia Airlines.
You know what, to be honest?
Cheap tickets,
And
can I tell you.
does it ever affect you purchasing flights with them? It genuinely does for me. I know that's so stupid, but if I see like a 200...
I'd go for them for sure.
You would?
Yeah, 100%. It's cheap. Especially that year. You could jet around the world.
I just don't get how a jet disappears.
Well, neither do they. It seems like it's stumped everyone. Because I don't think, they still haven't found it.
I know.
What do you think it is? Give me your take on where you reckon the MH370 is.
I reckon it's in Russia somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
You reckon it's...
They know exactly where it is and they're not telling anyone.
I went to Splendor in the Grass in 2023 or 2022 and there was a bar sponsored by Red Bull that was in a plane. It was like, that was the theme. You went in through the door and it was like you were in a plane. Just saying.
Could be there.
You know, planes aren't that easy to come by. What if that was MH370 just filled with people on pingers drinking vodka Red Bulls at 2 a.m, covered in mud? It's honestly a pretty good life.
I mean, when I was at Coachella 12 years ago, the Sahara tent is like an airport hangar.
Love that you immediately topped my Splendor story with the Coachella one.
Tough.
When I was at Glastonbury, there were no planes. Okay. I don't know where to go.
Morse code. Is it
that won't
telecommunication? No, that won't help. Okay. Cool.
American
Shot
Line.
that one down pretty quick.
The American Line was a shipping company.
What are we trying to get to right now? Do you think we're just trying to get near Australia?
My route is definitely Qantas. I feel like Qantas would be a way to get there. So I'm thinking like whether planes is the best thing to do. Because there's like Atlantic crossing, like there's stuff we could do the Atlantic, New York Harbor could get us to an airport. Maybe getting to an airport is a great idea.
Have we decided that we can't click on
cities? We never actually locked that in, but it feels against the spirit of the game, doesn't it?
It does.
Because going to New York is essentially the same as, or London, or one of these world cities does really have the same effect as going to a country. So that's tough. The U.S. Senate's inquiry into the disaster. Nope, that probably won't get us anywhere. I like that they had an inquiry, though. That was good. What happened? Iceberg.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up, eh? Oh, no, let's spend $1 million of taxpayer money first, and then we'll take.
Whoa.
Wrapped it up.
Archie coming out with a hot political take.
Turkish bath.
About 1912 U.S. Senate inquiry.
The only thing I'm thinking is, like, are there any, like, there's a nice feature all about, like, the power that it uses. A steam engine is a heat engine that performs mechanical work using steam. Like, if we go, we're trying to kind of get into, like, do they use them on aeroplanes?
Here we go. On the 18th of June 2023, the submersible Titan operated by Ocean Gate Expeditions imploded in the North Atlantic Ocean, which I think has been long enough that we can admit now. I know people died, but hilarious that happened. Just one of the funniest things to ever happen in history. The Ocean Gate thing, that they all went down to look at the Titanic.
The billionaire
and
expansion.
the billionaire died, yeah.
Yep.
Sad for the other people who were on board, obviously, but if you watch the documentary, the billionaire was an absolute loser. May he rest in peace. The submersible Titan. Now, could we get to the submersible Titan to Netflix, and could that get us to Qantas or some shit? Or Ocean Gate Expeditions, an American privately owned company. Like, I'm getting into like company land, that sort of thing. Like, I'm just like, does it help us to get modern? And the best way I'm seeing on this page to quickly get modern, because we have not used a click yet, and we are coming up on 10 minutes to go. I think we need to do something.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost in information right now. So if you're happy to,
it imploded in the North Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Newfoundland. Now, Newfoundland was where the planes after 9/11 landed. There's a musical about it called "Come From Away." So
I have so much information about 9/11.
It is. I'm obsessed with 9/11.
Yeah.
I've told you this before.
I know.
It's the topic that, like, if I need an hour, YouTube, let's just bash out a 9/11 doco.
So weird.
It's morbid, but it's so interesting.
It's just so weird.
And then
I know.
And then when I'm not going to tell this whole story, but then I met someone who survived 9/11. Like, she was there.
Yes.
And
Met's an interesting way to phrase what you did.
We did meet.
Yeah.
And then we
What else happened?
We had a dalliance. We had a thing together. We had a thing when I was overseas, and she was a 9/11 survivor, and like there were multiple times where I would like ask so many questions. She's like, "Are you just seeing me to learn about 9/11?"
To be fair, I would too. Like, it does fascinate me, but maybe not to the same extent of like watching. Did you know that Howard Stern, this American
Oh, my
broadcaster,
God.
do you know that he did this whole 4.5-hour
do
show
know
that
that.
day? You can listen to it on YouTube.
It's awesome, and I have listened to it
Okay,
many
cool.
times. I think if we go to Newfoundland, we could get to 9/11, which could maybe get us to Qantas.
Yeah, let's
just
do
do
it.
it. I'm clicking on Newfoundland.
That's not.
4 clicks remaining.
All right, I'm gonna absolutely pump through this page. You
What
talk for a bit.
section? What section was it in? I've got no idea where you were on that.
Well, mate, keep up. I don't know. It's somewhere.
It's not a country, Newfoundland. Have you just clicked on a country?
It's an area in Canada.
Okay, so it's pretty much a city.
It's a large island within the Canadian province of Newfoundland. I think you can click on like a random little island because this is where first inhabitants. Da 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 da. Oh my god, they're giving me so much information. Oh, there's the Australian flag, but I don't need.
We're in a lot of trouble. I can't even find. I'm like a page back, bro. I can't even find Newfoundland.
Well, we're in a disaster because apparently they're not talking about the fact that all the planes.
Did you click on the Great Banks of Newfoundland?
No, I just clicked on Newfoundland. All right, I've got Captain James Cook in there. Just use Control F because I've already made the click. It's fine.
I'm trying to find it, mate.
You can't find NEWFO.
I know how to spell it.
10 minutes
Oh, yeah, I got it.
remaining.
I got it. I'm back in the game.
Okay, should we go to Captain James Cook?
Did you do the click thing?
So?
The click thing.
I've already done it.
Oh, sorry.
Like 10 minutes ago. You were looking around for it.
Okay. Where are you now at Newfoundland?
What's pissing me off is this is such a winnable one.
I know. It feels like
And
it
I
should
don't want
be that-
your Welsh mates with their baby to be coming in and being like, we actually found a way to do it.
I thought rumbling you up right at the start was going to be a good strategy today, but now I'm worried that it's derailed us.
It's completely derailed us.
Sorry, I really thought it was going to help.
How did you think
I just
saying,
did.
by the way, people who listen to this show think you're shit and I'm great was going to help?
I just wanted to motivate you. Sometimes you thrive under the pressure of that.
We have worked professionally together
Yeah.
for years, and you thought giving me hurtful feedback would help.
Yes.
Okay. You know what you are today? You're an iceberg. And I was on a really good track, and you've got in my way, and you've broken the side of me, and now I'm sinking, and now people are fucking inside me in cars, with like parked cars. That's what happens in Titanic. They have sex in a car
Yeah, they do.
on the boat.
Steamy scene.
Steamy. Oh, dude, it is hot, that scene. They had real chemistry. All right. Well, I've really cooked this.
So right now we're onto a large island within the Canadian province.
I'm certain the musical "Welcome to the Rock." It's genuinely called "Come From Away," and they land on a place in. I just don't understand how that's not on there. Should we go to Captain James Cook? It at least gets us to Australia.
Yeah. That's
Alright,
a good shout.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Bang.
3 clicks remaining.
We have not got long here at all. So,
All right. So, how many clicks remaining? Sorry, I know I just said it.
3.
3 to go. Okay, so we made 2. Okay, so we just need to.
So if we can find something here that gets us to Qantas.
Surely they've named one of their airplanes
That's
after
That's
him.
exactly where I was thinking.
Legacy. Here we go. I'm going
Indigenous
all the way down
people-
to Legacy. There
Indigenous
must be.
peoples. That'll be a chill, normal section to go through. Let's talk about that a bit. Legacy. Okay, great call. Okay,
there's
Statues
monuments.
of Cook.
Yeah, there's universities, stamps, coins. Why aren't there any airlines and aircrafts?
I was so certain there might have been something Qantasy. And again, it's like Sydney's Cooktown.
Just another reminder that it is very hard to do this when you're not allowed to Control F. It makes reading and clicking a lot slower.
It does indeed. My issue here is like getting around Australia. Now, again, it's...
No, sorry. I just saw that coat of arms. There's a link to the coat of arms, and I was just thinking, well, coat of arms, kangaroo, Qantas, but then we're running out of clicks.
Cook took measures to mitigate the spread of sexually transmitted diseases, including issuing orders that prohibited women from boarding his ships. Jeez, not good. He has not aged well. No women, and then all the genocide. It prohibited women and instructing his crew to refrain from sexual relations with Indigenous women. There you go.
Would you rather, in your legacy, have a aircraft named after you or have a statue somewhere?
I guess a statue.
You go on statue?
Because there's no pride in it. Because what? I have an airline named after me, and people are like, fucking Bretz, delayed, uncomfortable seats, always crashing.
Fly Bretz.
Like that, my legacy is going to be tarnished inevitably by having an airline named. No one is there a single airline where everyone's like, God, the best.
Emirates?
Nah, dude.
No? Etihad?
Emirates, don't they like, aren't they?
If you follow the money,
oil money.
It's quite a comfortable ride.
I think Cathay Pacific and Singapore Airlines have quite good reputations. Air New Zealand, I think.
Yeah, New Zealand's famously good. I'm just wondering if you ever had a statue made of you, how many days, months, or weeks before it gets torn down? Like, about you,
personally.
yeah. Bit of outrage, maybe they find your old tweets. All of a sudden,
my tweets are fine.
I'm more worried about your words.
I'm concerned this episode has turned into. Did I mention that I have cancer?
Oh God!
And that I'm getting it cut out of my face tomorrow. This episode has turned into like an absolute hit piece on me.
No, again,
Paige, has it a little bit?
A little bit.
Thank
a little
you.
bit. That is outrageous from the grandstands here of Clickheads up there.
We're about to lose. We don't have enough time to do anything, so we've lost again because you spent so much time criticising me.
That was pre-game starting.
Doesn't matter. It put my head was in a bad place.
We've been on such a tight time schedule today that I think that's really affected our game plan. That's really annoying.
Okay, the Australian Museum. They've got to have stuff about Qantas. Oh, but then Qantas have their own museum in... Where did Qantas start again? Bloody... Oh.
5 minutes remaining.
I mean,
We've got 3 clicks. We'd want to go Australian Museum, hope Qantas is in there, and hope Bonza's in Qantas, which it won't be.
Yeah, Qantas,
we know from
the dominating
experience.
Australian airline who has put the following other rival airlines out of business. Ansett, number 1. Bonza, number 2.
I mean, that would be funny if, like, they had a victory page of, like, and here's who we crushed with our all-encompassing duopoly. Here's the little ones we stepped on. Here are, I was going to say the Davids to our Goliaths, but that would be like if Goliath won. So it's a bad metaphor.
That's okay.
All right.
We're still on James Cook's Wikipedia page.
Which has a lot on it.
There's a lot here.
But not a lot of it helpful. I really thought Legacy would get us NASA.
What about
NASA
Terra
have named
Australis? What about Terra Australis, the hypothetical continent first posited in
See, this is the thing. Is like we could just click on Sydney, and that gets us to Qantas probably. But it's like we haven't made a ruling on cities. Big ones like that does feel a little bit out of step with the game. That's my kind of issue.
It's like bad sportsmanship.
It is a bit.
It's like a gentleman. It's like man-catting.
It is like the man cad.
Yeah,
okay,
we
so
don't wanna do
using a
that.
city is like the man cad, which is a thing in cricket, which you're not meant to do, but it is technically in the rules. Mate, yeah, I don't know. What do you reckon? We've got a 7-year war, wouldn't mention it. I can't think of any other ways to get to Bonza as well. Like in terms of, plane table to survey the area. Well, that's surveying.
You're doing better than me.
Actual planes.
I'm seriously considering us clicking on stamps or coins right now.
All right, because we have to be quick, let's just go, I reckon, the museum.
The James Cook Collection Australian Museum.
Yep, okay, so we're going the Australian... No, just Australian Museum.
Yep, under it. In Sydney, holds over 250 objects.
2 clicks remaining.
Now we are just going to fly through this and see if we can find anything that could get us to, like, planes and shit.
You'd think that they'd have, like, one of the first ever Qantas aircrafts in the museum.
Why
or
on
something
earth
like
is
that.
Bram Stoker's Dracula? Got
Evolution
a
tree.
copy of Bram Stoker's Dracula. There you go. Governance. Okay, this could be interesting. Tourism, hospitality, and sport. Tourism. What do you reckon?
Right now, I reckon it's the best bet we've got.
Okay, let's do it. Bang, and let's just hope.
1 click remaining.
It's a really, really short page.
Are you on? Is this the Department of Creative Industries and Tourism? Is that what you're on?
Yep, and it's really, really short, and no, there's nothing on there about it. So that would be in this circumstance, I believe that would be a
Game over, man. It's game over.
You get nothing. You lose.
I'm sick of playing that sound.
Can I tell you something? I solely blame you for this.
Oh, come on.
For throwing me off.
What? For giving you some feedback?
Yeah. on the microphone.
Okay, well, last week I blame you for rocking up with like 2 hours sleep.
I'd had way more than 2 hours sleep.
You still smelt like a strip club. And that really threw me off, the smell of that. And I didn't bring it up last week, but if we're going to start criticising each other, there you go.
Did I honestly smell?
You smelt like cocaine-laced $20 bills.
That's a disgraceful accusation. I didn't do any cocaine. I did go to a strip club, but I was just sitting there.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there.
I just didn't think that was great preparation.
Well, listen.
No, we've
all. This is great when teams are losing.
1 minute remaining.
Shut up. We know.
not our best.
This is like the Broncos on the weekend. They lost to the Titans. They have now lost to the two cellar dwellers, the bottom teams, in a row. 5 losses on the trot. A lot of footage of the players yelling at each other. Reese was like they were starting to fight. I feel like we've had a few losses on the trot.
And now it's starting to affect our performance.
There's tension in the change room.
Yeah, okay. Well, look, we can write down a few notes from today. 1, don't start the episode criticising each other. Can we agree to that rule?
Yeah.
Rule number 2, you'll go.
Don't go to strip clubs the night before.
Well, hey, well, let's not be too rash.
Let's not be crazy.
Let's just step
Let's not
back.
make promises we can't keep.
Thank you. Someone's got to use that membership that you've got down there.
This is true.
I'm still concerned about, like, what page would have had Bonza on it, this defunct airline. Just a little bit of a fun fact story about Bonza.
Let's quickly share our Bonza experience.
Yeah, so when Bonza launched in Australia, they did this big promotion and they wanted to do, it was the first flight from Townsville to Rockhampton. They approached the radio station that we worked at and they said, we want you to pick 40 listeners to come with you. We're going to fly down from 9 a.m. We're going to go to Rockhampton and then we're going to fly back.
And what are we doing in Rockhampton?
Well, it's the beef capital of Australia.
Oh, so we're going to like go to a steak restaurant.
Next guess.
Well, like a quick boat ride on the river. Like we're flying all the way to Rockhampton.
Way better than that. What else you got?
Oh, surely we're standing for 15 minutes in the airport in like a weird room. The mayor will take a photo and then we'll get given a donut and then we'll get maybe within 17 minutes back on the plane and flown to Townsville.
Bingo! That's the $1 million idea. And
Bonza!
that is exactly what happened when we flew down there for about 18 and a half minutes and we got a jam donut. Good jam donut. It did have a little, it was like in a little white little box with a very cheap looking Bonza sticker on it.
It's also one of the times that I kicked up and I try not to do this too much, but obviously I'm a bit of an insufferable lefty and I kind of did go social justice warrior on our boss and be like, I'm not comfortable doing this. This is such a fucking waste of fumes and pollution. I was like, but he assured me, and he was right, that the flight was happening anyway. So there were passengers on it, so I felt a bit less bad about it. But I was still like, they have to use more fuel because there's more weight on it. Like, I got really annoying.
How do you think it was for me? My wife is a sustainability consultant trying to work with the biggest companies in Australia to reduce their carbon emissions. And I had to go home that night and say, hey, babe, we're going to fly to Rockhampton for a donut and come straight back. What do you reckon? Now, how do you reckon that went in my house?
And can I say as well, our boss, Ryan, at the time, I have to give him a shout out, so genuinely enthusiastic about it. He was like, because, like, you know, there are listeners there. He was trying to pump everyone up and get a go. And I remember Rhino just walking down onto the plane being like, come on, everybody. Gonna take you for a ride on a big jet plane. He started to sing along of Angus and Julia Stone's Big Jet Plane, which I would go as far as saying is a boring song, not really suited to war cries or anything like that. But so Rhino was doing the Lord's work on trying to get these people absolutely fucking amped for a 15-minute flight to Rockhampton. But the federal member for Townsville, Phil Thompson, still the member, we were sitting near him, and him and I pumped like 4 beers together. They did open the alcohol trolley. That was fun.
It was a good flight. We enjoyed it.
And another quick thing, what did you say?
Well, the CEO, I didn't know at the time, was sitting in the row before us. And I said to, quote, federal member, you know, this is a brand new aeroplane. If you went and joined the Mile High Club on this aeroplane, you could be pretty damn sure that you could always say, I was the first person to fuck on a Bonza flight.
I christened a Bonza.
Yeah. Cue CEO of airline in row in front of us going, pokes his head up, still with the seatbelt on, very safe because the seatbelt sign wasn't off, and he just goes, please don't do that on my aeroplane. And then I was like, Tim, we interviewed you this morning on our breakfast radio show. Hey. One of the more mortifying experiences of my life.
Yeah, please don't do that on my aeroplane. Not the last time a billionaire has said that to someone.
Hey, Bretz, we got to get out of here.
We actually do.
We do.
Yeah, sorry. We actually genuinely are in a bit of a rush today, so that's why we were flying through the gameplay and probably why we lost.
Thank you so much to Jack, a clickhead, who gave us our journey today. If you've got a journey for us, get in touch. Send us an Instagram message, a voice note, or send a carrier pigeon with a little message in a bottle or something cool like that. We would also accept that too. And hopefully next week we might get a win.
We need a win.
We do.
Maybe less obscure.
Please help us.
Maybe less obscure. All right.
Let's go.
Have fun, clickheads. Enjoy Instagram, message us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.